All right, so transformations are operations that map an original figure called hopefully you guys remember this. You should have written pre-image right here. That isn't it. Okay. Onto a new figure called the image. Okay. A transformation can change the size, position, or orientation. Orientation is just a fancy way of saying which way it's pointing of a figure. Okay. So, reflection is a type of transformation. We have three types of transformations: reflection, translation, and rotation. Well, three main ones that we're focusing on. There are more than that. And this one that we're going to go over is reflection. A reflection is a flip over a line called the line of reflection, which makes sense because you're reflecting it over a line, so why not call the line of reflection? I like to think of the line of reflection as where you would sit the mirror. So like if you're looking at yourself in a mirror, you see you're standing there, and then you got the mirror on your line of reflection, and then you see the opposite of yourself. All right. Each point in its image are the same distance from the line of reflection. So what that means is if this is 2, let me change this real quick. All right, if this is 2 away, this triangle, it's not letting me write. All right, if it's 2 away on this side, it's going to be 2 away on that side. They're going to be the same distance away. All right, possible line of reflections. So usually we're going to have the x-axis or the y-axis. Right here, this is a flip over the y-axis. Okay, vertical or horizontal lines in the form of x equals a number or y equals a number, or diagonal lines in the form of y equals x and y equals negative x. Okay, so these are the most common. That means you're going to have like a coordinate plane, and you're going to have your shape. You're either going to flip it over the the x-axis, or you're going to flip it over the y-axis. So that's the first one. The second one, it's saying you're going to have a line like x equals 6. It says reflect over the line x equals 6. So you're going to go over to where x equals 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to draw your line, and let's say your shape is here. It's going to flip over. So that's the line x equals 6. All right. X lines are always going to be vertical because everywhere on that line, x is 6. Y lines are always going to be horizontal. Okay. All right. And then diagonal lines, that's going to be here. So like let's say y equals x, that's a positive line. The intercept is 0. So it's going to be like here. You're going to flip it. So that's y equals x. And then y equals negative x. That's a negative sign. Hopefully on your notes you can make that look better. All right, y equals negative x is going to go down. Okay, so then you would flip it over that way. All right, let's do some practice. I want you to try your practice with your group before you check with my answers. Okay, number 1, triangle ABC with vertices in A, -4, 2, B, 4, 7, and C, 5, 1 in the x-axis. All right, so what we're going to have to do is first we're going to graph the points. I'm going to make mine a little bit bigger so we can see it. Maybe. All right, here we go. That did not make it bigger. The struggle is real. That is too big. By the way, in case you're wondering, that's 800%. There we go. That's much better. Okay, so negative 4, 2. Here is my x, my y-axis and my x-axis. I'm going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4, and then up 2. So there's my first point. That's A. Okay, then 4, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's B. Okay, and then C is going to be 5, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So C. Connect those. Okay, so that's my pre-image. Now I'm going to switch colors, and I suggest you do the same for your post-image. So it says it wants a reflection over the x-axis. All right, that means we're going to reflect over this guy. So our shape's going to be down here. All right, we are going to count how far away it is from this line of reflection. Then we're going to go on the opposite side and count that. So C is 1 away. So I'm going to go 1 away and put my C. Now this is our new C, so we're going to put a little dash. Okay, and if we look, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 1. So C was 5, negative 1. And now I'm going to go to B. B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You'll notice that's the same as your Y value. So it's 7 away. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to go 7 away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to put a point, and that's my B prime. Okay, and that's going to be point. We didn't change our x at all, so our x is still 4. And then our y value is now negative 7. Okay, now we're going to go to A. So A is 2 away, so we're going to go 2 away. Put a point, and that's A prime, because it's our new A. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, so negative 4. And then it's now down 2, so negative 2. Okay, now I'm going to connect. All right, there we go. Now, if we were going to write our symbolic representation, we put x, comma, y, and then our arrow. So this is saying we took our original point here, x, comma, y. We took our original points, and we turned them, into something. We did something. So what do you notice? So we have negative 4 and 2. What happened to negative 4 and 2? You look, you see that your 2 is now negative 2. We look at 4 and 7, our 7 is now a negative 7. 5 and 1, our 1 is now a negative 1. And our x's stayed the same. So we're going to leave our x the same because we didn't do anything to it, but all of our y's became negative, so we're going to write negative y. All right, go ahead and try the next one on your own, and then check to see if you got the right answer. Okay. So rectangle PQRS with vertices P1, 2, Q2, 5, R8, 3, and S7, 0 in the y-axis. All right, so I'm going to do my pre-image in orange again. So I'm going to do 1, 2. So over 1, up 2. Label it, that's P. Q is 2, 5, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my Q. R is 8, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. And then S is 7, 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're not going to go up at all because it's 0. That's S. And I'm going to connect those. Okay. So there's my rectangle. I know I did it right because it looks like a rectangle. All right, and it says the y-axis, so we're going to flip over this guy. We should have a picture over here. Okay. We're going to pick a different color for our image. All right, so P is 1 away right here. So I'm going to go 1 away and put a dot. So P, that's P prime. And that is now negative 1, 2. Now I'm going to do Q. Q is 2 away here, so I'm going to go 2 away and put a dot. Can't really see my dot. Okay, so that's Q prime. So, and that's going to be 1, 2, so negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So negative 2, 5. R is all the way over here. R is 8 away. So I'm going to go 8 away on this side and put a dot. That's R prime. And that's now going to be negative 8, 3. Like, I'm noticing a pattern here. All of my x's are now negative. So I'm just going to go ahead and guess. My last one's going to be negative 7, 0. So this is 7 away. So I'm going to go 7 away. Put a dot. And that's my S prime. And I'm going to connect them. I'm going to check to make sure I did it right. So those look about the same size to me. You want them to be the same size because we're not changing the size of the image when we reflect. We are just moving it. We're not changing the size. So they should look about the same, just in a different spot. All right, I'm going to write my symbolic representation. All right, so we start with x comma y. So we start with our original points. We didn't do anything to them. Then we turn them into something. So now I'm going to look at my pattern. My 1 and 2 turn into negative 1 and 2. So my x turned negative. 2 and 5. The 2 turned negative, but the y stayed the same. 8 and 3. Again, that x turned negative, but the y stayed the same. And then negative 7, 0. My x turned negative, and my y stayed the same. So I'm going to put negative x comma y. That's my symbolic representation. So these two rules right here are very important because for every reflection over the x, it's going to be this. And for every reflection over the y, that's going to be your rule. So if you can memorize those and learn how to use them, it's kind of easier because then you don't have to draw your picture. You can just say, oh, it's reflected over the y-axis. I'm just going to make all of my x's negative. So, all right. With your groups, go ahead and try 3 and 4. I am not going to go over that with you. So that's just kind of to see if we know it. When you are done with 3 and 4, raise your hand and have me check it.